Hello and good evening to Season 5 of the Dunton Technical Centre Championship. This is round 1, so start of a new season. The usual format applies, so people have been watching the previous seasons. We have 2 races per night. This one was done a couple of weeks ago at Laguna Seca, so this is our first round of the championship, and as usual we start with the Group 4 15-minute race, which is then followed by a 30-minute, so a slight change. Let me get rid of that because I'm going to hear myself through YouTube. We then follow up with a 30-minute feature race, so an extra 5 minutes for season 5, which may throw some strategic curveballs in the air because they've got that extra 5 minutes. So a strategy that worked for 25 minutes might not work for 30. So we'll see how that plays out. And also we've got a couple of new guys joining in for this season, which is great. So as we look at the grid, this is the grid for the first sprint race, and as per usual, we have the first 3 in qualifying are at the back in reverse order, but they gain points for qualifying. So fastest in qualifying gets 4 points, second fastest gets 3, third fastest gets 2, but they go to the back in reverse order. There's also been a slight revision to the points this season. So winner of the Group 4 sprint race gets 15 points, second is 14, so on and so on. And then in the Group 3 feature race, we actually, because the race distance has increased, the points have been increased as well, so that's now double. So the winner gets 30, second gets 28, 26, 24, etc. So there's a total of 45 points on offer for the races, and then you get the extra bonuses for qualifying, so 4, 3, 2, first, second and third, and also there's 2 points on offer for fastest lap, 1 per race, and then an extra bonus point, 3 points for the best livery, judged by our independent adjudicator, Mika. So in total, if you win both races, get pole, fastest lap, and get best livery, you will get 45 for the races, then plus 4, so it's 49 for qualifying, then 50, 51, 54 points in total is on offer. So potential for scoring big, but also potential for a lot of different ways to score. So without further ado, let's have a look at the grid then for the first race. This is in reverse order, as say for the guys at the back who were quickest. So we've got SNL Jam joining us for the first time. He's on effectively, he was 4th quickest in qualifying, but so he's effectively on pole for the sprint race in his Mustang. Then we've got Jimmy Coleman in 2nd in his Hyundai. Matt Psycho in his Nissan. So everyone has changed manufacturer this year, and the way it was done for this one was whoever finished last in the championship got the first pick. Last in the championship last season got first pick of the car manufacturer for this season, and they obviously have to have the same manufacturer for both Group 4s and Group 3s. So to try and add a little bit of jeopardy for the quicker guys that don't get in theory, don't get the first pick of the best cars. So Dan Charters actually went first, and he's in 5th, and he chose VW, so he's got the Golf and the Beetle as his 2 cars. So they went in reverse order, so there's going to be some interesting cars chosen as well. So Matt Psycho's gone for Nissan, so he's changed from BMW to Nissan. Mike's gone from, he's 4th on the grid, he's gone from Porsche, I think he had last time, to Subaru. Dan's gone from Aston to VW. Snooze has stayed with Peugeot, so he elected to stay. So that's Alex staying with his Peugeot. And then we got another new boy, Daz, who did the Super Formula race, the last race of season 4. So he's back with us permanently, hopefully. He's gone for BMW. Chris Cross, who came 2nd in the championship last season, he's gone for Toyota. He was in the Aston last time. Harry He was in the BMW. He's gone for Lexus. And then Chris Pengelly, Little's GP, he's changed from, again, the Peugeot, and he's gone for Renault. So if we look at the grid, Chris Lewis was third quickest in qualifying, so he starts 8th. Harry was second quickest, so a really good performance from Harry. Second quickest, so he's 9th, and then Chris Pengelly is 10th for being quickest in qualifying. So right, here we go. Bit of a long intro, but that's worth it for the first race of the series. So this one is 15-minute race, so it's 11 laps, and as usual, they have to use a different compound in the race they use from qualifying. So from the tyres on offer are super softs or mediums. The wear rate is ×5, so that doesn't change from last season. But you qualify on a different compound. So the choice is: do you qualify on the mediums, which is slower, for a quicker race tyre, which is super soft, but the super softs obviously wear very quickly, or do you go for a decent qualifying time with the super softs and then use the mediums, which will be slow at the start with, but hopefully will wear less and then come into their own later in the race. So this is going to be an interesting one to see how the wear plays out. Everyone's in different cars, so there'll be different wear rates, and we'll probably see the super soft guys scampering off at the start, but then maybe the mediums coming back at them, drivers on mediums coming back at them afterwards. So here we go. So let's kick off. They'll do a rolling start as per usual. Jan will lead us off where we get going, which hopefully won't be too long now. There we go. So into the last corner. Very tricky little track, Laguna Seca. There's lots of places where you can have issues. So just heading down the start straight in Jam's Pixar Incredibles livered Mustang. It is them away. So down the hill they go. First time into the first corner. Jam's leading. We got Jimmy in second, followed by Matt Psycho in third. Got Mike in fourth. Dan a little bit further behind, fifth. Alex is sixth. Dad's eighth. Dad's seventh. Chris Lewis 8th. Harry 9th, and Little's GP Chris in 10th. So everyone seems to be got away okay. Let's go to the variable camera. So we've got Matt's already got past Jimmy, and it looks like Jimmy's under pressure now from Mike Ross. So they go into the turn number 4, I think, an uphill left-hander. Mike's putting pressure on. Is he going to have a run down the inside? So he's got a better exit as they come up the hill, up Andretti straight. Looks like Mike has got Jimmy as they go into this very tricky, another tricky left-hander. But Mike's got a bit wide. He's got into the gravel. He's going to keep it straight. He does. He looks like he's only lost one position as well, though. So lucky for Mike. Dan was a little bit further behind. So let's have a little bit of a replay on that. We can't do replays on this, so we'll go back and watch again. So we go in car with Mike. See that we've got there the Hyundai just in front of us. Jimmy gets a little bit wide, locks up a little bit, so Mike gets a good run as they go up the hill. There we go on board with Jimmy there, and Mike just gets a little bit too deep, and then he goes wide and off into the gravel. So Jimmy retakes third. Come back out of it. So Jimmy in third and Mike's fourth, and we got Alex has gone past Stan into 5th place as they go into the corkscrew. Dan's got a little bit wide, and it looks like he's been passed by Daz as well. So Dan's lost a few places there, and then we've got Chris up into 7th. Dan's dropped down to 8th, and then Chris Pengelly has got past Harry, so we didn't see what happened there, but Chris is up to 9th and Harry down in 10th. He's a feeder Lexus. So back in the front, so we've got a race on now between Jam and Matt Sykes. Matt's right behind the going board. Matt's right behind the Mustang as they go into the first corner, tight braking. So a bit of a different line there from Matt. Jam goes in deep, but then he runs a little bit wide. Gets the power on. This is going to be interesting to watch the tyre deg of these cars. So Matt closes right up. Their GTR's got good grip in four-wheel drive. Gets a purple, but we'll ignore that because everyone gets purples in the first few laps. So Matt's really pushing. Let's watch on from behind, and we've got a bit of action going on behind as well. Looks like Mike was getting a bit wide again. He's definitely using the four-wheel drive system of his Subaru for good effect all over the gravel. Anyway, so what should we go up the hill? Matt's going to make a little move into this. That's a tricky place to pass, that is. Very easy to go off. Come back on, watching now as Jam goes into the corkscrew. So this is a notorious sequence of corners. They plunge downhill, takes a bite of the gravel but gets away with it. So Jam's doing a good job up in front. We're a little bit further down the field, so we've got Jimmy and Mike. Oh, we've got Alex. Alex is up to 4th now, so let's see what happened there with Alex. Get on that one. Jimmy goes wide as well, and Mike goes even wider. So that's what happened to Mike. Just 2 laps in a row, unfortunately, and Alex gets past in he's baking the bread in his Hovis liveried Peugeot. So he's actually all over the back of Jimmy now, so we've got a real good scrap here. Things have changed a little bit on the game. That if you go, so Alex has made a dive down the inside, so if you go offline, get some dirt on there. Jimmy's gone a little bit wide, so is Alex going to get a run? He's on the outside as they go into this last hairpin. He's on the outside, giving a little bit of a bump. Jimmy's got out front, but Alex has got a nice cut back, and look at this. So let's go on the variable. That's better. So we've got Mike's on 5th, and then we've got next to him is Jimmy, and then we've got a little Chris Pengel going down the inside. He's going to try to take the pair of them. He's got down this, so a little bit of rubbing his racing as we go through there. It will get very close. Mike's cut back and he's trying to get past again. That is a rubbish angle, so we can't really see what's going on. There we go. So Jimmy's back into 4th. Alex has escaped, and then we've got this crazy battle here between Chris, Mike, Chris Lewis, all trying to fight for the same bit of track. We get the helicopter cam, follow them down, so we go into the, what would that be, 1, 2, 3, turn 4, King isn't really much of a turn, so they then go up the hill. We've got his battle, so we've got also Chris and Dad's having a bit of a scrap as they come up the hill. Who's going to win that one? Oh, side by side, Chris goes around the outside. It's a great move. There's a bit of dust being thrown up. I don't think anyone actually went off this time. No, so they come over the top of the hill into the corkscrew, and we also we'll have to cut back actually. Let's have a look. So we've cut back to, looks like we've got a lot of change in lead here. So let's watch what happens here. So as we come down, oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Let's watch that again. So it looked like, I think Jam was in the middle of a spin. Let's have a look. So they've got Matt really close. Let's watch in car from him. So he goes into there, gets it sideways. Yeah, I think he was already going. So let's watch it from Matt's perspective now. Let's have a look. So Jam turns into the hairpin, gets it a little bit sideways, and yeah, I think Matt couldn't really do much to avoid him. So Matt's on his way now into 2nd place. So we go back then to watch the carnage here. Look at this. This is crazy stuff. So let's get back to where we were. So they come down the hill. We've got Jimmy now has got Chris Pengel all over the back of him. Is Chris going to make a move? Let's try and work out which camera's better. Probably not that one. Let's go on that one. So as we go into the last corner, it looks like Chris is going for a move around the outside. Can he make it stick around the outside? Yes, he does. Great move there from Chris. And it looks like now Jimmy's going to let's go on board. He's going to get into his toe. Can he make a move? Are you behind us? No. So can he make a move into the first corner? I think he's a little bit too far behind. Whoa, he's really late on the brakes, so I think that's a bit too late. We've got now, look at this, we've got Chris Lewis all over us as well. So let's keep watching the front. So it looks like Alex has gone a little bit wide out in front. Chris has gone even wider. They're really pushing, but look at this, we've got Chris Lewis right behind us. Let's go on board with Chris Lewis. He's going to make a move, and we've got action in front as well. So it looks like Chris Pengel is trying to drive around the outside of Alex. So they touch. Looks like, oh, we've got some great action going on here. So let's get up. As we go up the hill into this really tricky left-hander, it's 3 abreast. Don't want to look. Oh, Chris Lewis has got a really tight line going in, but he manages to hold it. And then we've got Chris Pengel and Jimmy. Jimmy's putting a stirring fight on this at the moment. He doesn't want to let go of this 4th place. So they go into the corkscrew. It looks like Jimmy's got... Where's Jimmy gone? I think Jimmy's gone off. Let's have a look. Let's see what happened to Jimmy there. Let's have a look. So where's Jimmy? There he is. He went for a lunge to the inside. Hey, mate, yeah, so here we go. So we go up to the corkscrew again. Let's have a watch what happens here. He's trying to go down the inside. Oh, yeah, he just got it. Went across the gravel going in, and Alex decided to join him as well. So Daz is now up to 6th. Harry's up to 7th. And we've got Mike is down in 8th now, and Jimmy down in 9th. And looks like we've got Daz has gone a little bit wide as well, so he's dropped down to the 7th again. So these guys are just trading places. It's great to watch. It looks like he's got what's going on here. So Harry's gone down the inside of Alex. Good move. Let's watch these guys. So now we've got another 3 to 4 way fight as we go screaming down the hill into the first corner. Again, I don't want to look. So Alex is going to make a move down the inside of Harry. He's looking, and we've got lots of cars braking late. Alex does a good move down the inside. Pushes Harry a little bit wide, so it looks like Daz is trying to get involved now as well. So is Harry going to make another comeback? Oh, that's a late move, but he makes it stick a little bit, pushing and shoving, but Daz is now going to try and get the pair of them. Alex has gone wide, so Mike's gone past him. And now Daz is trying to get involved with Harry, who's up to 5th after 9th. He's gone a little bit wide, and Daz now gets in front of him. But now we've got Mike who's trying to go around the outside now. Oh, there's 3 abreast going into the left-hander. It's all getting very close, but look at this. I don't want to watch this crazy stuff. So we've got Alex. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. So has everyone made it through there? I think they have. Yeah, amazingly, they've all made it through. So Jimmy's now in 7th with Mike behind him in 8th, and then Mike's gonna go for a look down the inside of the corkscrew. Doesn't quite make it, but Alex is trying to now get involved as well. He's going to try and get into the inside for this left hand as they come down the hill. But thinks better of it. Mike's gone a little bit wide, but I think it's giving him some room. And Alex is now going to make a lunge down the inside. Oh, this is good stuff though. He's still giving you some room, which is good to see. So in the meantime, we've now got a change in second. Let's go back and find out what happened there. Let's find out what happened there. So Lewis is chasing down Jam. Oh, Jam just went a little bit wide into the corkscrew. And Chris just goes, yep, I love that, thank you very much. Round the outside into second. Here's Mr. Smooth Lewis, who somehow manages to get hundreds of laps more life out of his tyres than anyone else. So if we have a look then, so just coming up to halfway distance of the race, you can see there, if we look at the tyres, that Nissan of Matt's is good and he's quite quick, and he's currently got the fastest lap of a 29.264, but he's already starting to eat his softs. Whereas we look at Lewis, who's just actually clocked the fastest, he's gone a full second quicker than Matt, and look at his tyres. So fuel shouldn't be a worry, but yeah, and he's on another purple as well. So Chris, I think, was nursing his tyres to start with, is now paying dividends. He's quite a long way behind Matt. If we look where Matt is now going up the hill. If we try and time it, so that's 8:20 as we get to the bridge. So he's got a good probably 7 or 8 seconds on Chris, but his tyres are starting to go. So we look a bit further down. So Jam's in a good third spot. Chris Pengelly has fought his way up to 4th. You know, he's on the medium, so that's interesting. So he's probably had a few adventures there. He's in the 32s, high 31s, low 32s. Whereas Jam is also on the mediums, but he's in 31, so interesting. Let's calm down a little bit. So Daz looks like he's cemented himself in 5th. Harry's down to 6th. It looks like Daz has got past Harry. Mike's now in 7th, so he's got a bit of a gap. And then we've got the Jimmy and Alex continuing their battles. Alex is on the mediums, and Jimmy's on the mediums. So a lot of people have gone on the mediums, which is quite interesting. And Dan also on the mediums in the Golf. On a 32.5, so he's not too far off the place. So back to the front. Matt 29.8, Chris at 28.8. Look at that. So he's taking a second a lap out of him with 5 laps to go. Can he do it? Can he take enough out of him? It's going to be close. Matt's tyres are starting to really run out. So he's braking. There's quite a lot of understeer creeping into that Nissan, whereas Chris, tyres are looking good. looking grippy. Jam doing a great job in his debut on the series, holding a nice solid third. But he's got Chris Pengelly, who's obviously now he's out of traffic, I guess. He's just done 29.5, so Chris is probably second fastest on the track, despite having mediums. So is he going to be able to chase Jam down? He's a lot quicker at the moment. Keep an eye on that. So Daz we've got in 5th. He's got Harry chasing him, and then we've got Mike as well. So we've got a little bit of a battle here. So we've got Daz, Harry and Mike all quite close. And what's happening between Jimmy and Alex? Alex has gone wide, takes a bucket for the gravel. And Jimmy looks like he's going to go around the outside of it. So yeah, Jimmy benefits from that. And Alex has got to contend with a face full of gravel from his little trip. Got his bucket and spade, and he's loving it so much he's trying to put sandcastles out in every corner. Just take it steady for a few corners, Alex. Get that gravel off your car. More important, off your tyres. So Danny's doing steady laps though. He's consistent. It's looking good. So Matt, so we can see here, 29.2, 29.3, then a 29.8 and a 30.4. So he's losing about half a second a lap at the moment. Whereas Chris Lewis has just done the quickest lap of the race. So his fuel's coming down, but his tyres aren't wearing too much. Whereas look at Matt's right front. The left front doesn't look great, but his right front looks horrific. So can Chris catch him? The gap's coming down and down and down. And then we feel like looking third, so we've got a bit of a battle still brewing here. It looks like, interestingly, that the Mustang is holding his own. He's holding his own. So Chris is quicker, but he hasn't managed to really gain too much on him. If we look at the tyres, Chris is the front wheel drive Renault is beginning to hammer his tyres a bit, so Jam's also a pretty smooth operator. He doesn't tend to use his tyres up too much, and that's obviously paying dividends here, that he's keeping those mediums alive, whereas Chris is probably starting to lose a bit. So we've got a bit of a battle here now. So looks like Harry's broken clear of Darren in his very gold BMW. Just everyone, we've got a the second half of last year. In fact, let's have a see if Mike's going to have a move down the inside. Is he going to make a dive? No, he's not. He's going to be on in car to have a look. From what it looks like from Daz's bedazzling Beamer looks to Mike's view. So a continuation of last year's theme, that there's a livery pool that everyone puts in a number of different brands, so that you can choose 3 brands and put them into the pool, and then there's a random selection that everyone gets a livery allocated to them out of that pool. So yeah, you're going to see some pretty interesting liveries this season. So yeah, so is Mike going to have a look? Let's see what it looks like from the back of the Michael Kors Beamer at the Cashel. Oh, Mike gets really close as we go into the corkscrew. Really close. Is he going to make a move now? He's going to take a look. I don't think he's going to have enough track to do it, but he's definitely he's got more grip in that car. Let's come back out. Oh, that was not the way we want to do it. Come back out. So then look at these tyres. So Daz is making his soft light last pretty well. He's not doing too bad. Very similar fronts, but Daz has probably got a bit less grip in the rear. So let's have a look at Mike. Is he going to throw one down the inside? We go on board. Daz is covering the inside. Mike going to try to fight. There's nowhere to go there, so he's going to try and come around the outside. Here he goes round. Tries to get go around the outside. Is he going to get a switch back here? I think he's going to do it as we go around into this. Got the right hand kink into a right hand. Daz is on the inside. Oh, this is great racing by these two. So look from the back now as we go to on the roof cam with Daz, watching back at Mike's Subaru. Is he going to make a switch back? He's going to try and go around. That's a tough place to pass around the outside. You're going to set him up to try and go. Oh, Mike gets a bit sideways though. Mike goes Jimmy McRae mode. So go up the hill now. Let's have a look at the front now. Oh, let's say what we thought. Yeah, we got Matt that's been reeled in by Chris now. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, you can see why. Look at the state of that front right. It looks absolutely hammered. So can he? He's got this penultimate lap coming into the last corner. Can he hang on for one more lap? And then we've got, I think we've got a battle 4th and 5th as well. So we're going to try and keep our eye on the lead. But we've also got a battle that Chris's tyres are starting to go and Harry's catching him. So let's watch the leaders though. Down the hill they go for the last time. Matt's trying to cover the inside. Can Chris Lewis go around the outside? I don't think he's going to do it, but he's going to make a look around the outside. Or give them a little bit of a love tap just to say, yep, I'm here, hello. He's got much more grip as they go now into the right-hander, turn 2. All over the back of the let's go on board, all over the back of the Nissan. Oh, he's just got much better grip. Matt's going to try and squeeze him over. You can see Chris just drives past. You see Chris has gone around the outside. Oh, that's a nice move. Look at that. Just there's the extra grip. Just drives around the outside. I don't think Matt's going to be able to do anything. He probably hasn't got the grip to hang on. Oh, nice drive by Chris. He looked after his tyres beautifully. I think that's done and dusted. Let's have a look what's going on in the 4th. It's like Little's GP, so Chris is still hanging on. He's pulled away a little bit there, so I think he's probably got that one. Let's have a look though. So as we come down and then down the hill, just going down the hill. Oh, we've got a spinner up at the top. What's going on here? Oh, Daz has lost it up at the top. So a really tricky left-hander to take him up the hill to the corkscrew, and he's decided to do a few donuts as well. So here we go. So Chris, a brilliant win. He bided his time, looked after his tyres really well. So Chris Lewis takes first blood in season 5. Matt comes home second. A good result for Matt. A much better, much improved performance over his usual Group 4. So be quite pleased with that. Here comes Jan, a great third. Well worth the celebration. Take the final steps. So Little's GP comes home 4th, and to Chris 4th, and then Harry 5th. So that was a really cracking race to finish. Mike comes home 6th in the well-worn Subaru. Jimmy looks like he's going to come home 7th after an equally entertaining race. So those guys really put on a good show in the midfield. So look, Dan has now gone up to 8. So Dan's taking it steady, and he's taken Daz and Alex. So that's a good comeback from Dan from being last, and Daz is now 9th, and then here comes Alex baking the bread in the sand. Alright, we will pause it. I won't pause it there. I'm not going to pause it with Alex off the track. There we go. So a very eventful first race. We go to the finish results. So a good first win there for Chris Lewis, continuing his really good Group 4 sprint race form. So he takes first, came from 8th on the grid, so good drive from him. Matt Psycho returning back to the fold of doing the full season rather than just the cameos. He's finished second, so good start for him. Great entrance to the league for Jam. Good third there in the Mustang. Chris recovered there quite well. He was obviously last and suffering from a bit of tyre wear, but a 4th from him. Then Harry in 5th in the Lexus, Mike in 6th, Jimmy in 7th, Dan in 8th, Darren in 9th, and Snooze Alex in 10th. And the fastest lap goes to Chris, so a great start there for Chris. So that was the first sprint race. We'll now move to the feature race. So whilst that's loading, usual format for this one, except we have a 30-minute race rather than 25, so it's going to make the strategy interesting. Usual tyre rules though, as per previous seasons, that you can choose any compound you like, but you must use at least 2 compounds, so there's no limit in terms of how hard the compounds you can use, but you must use at least 2. So this again will be a rolling start, and it will be in reverse order from the last race. So Alex will be on pole, and he finished 10th. Then we got Darren, Dan, Jimmy, Mike, Harry, Chris, Pengelly, Jam, Matt, and then Chris Lewis. So let's get rid of those, and here we go. So usual story, Alex will lead them away. and then we have 30 minutes of action, 23 laps. So around the last corner we go. Nicely spaced out, so hopefully there won't be any carnage into the first corner. And away we go. Alex leads them away then over the line. Then we got Darren following him in the BMW. Dan in the Beetle. Have we got any action going on? So it looks like Jimmy's getting quite close to Dan. Gives him a nudge. Oh, good save by Dan, and then Jimmy decides to give him another nudge just just to complete the job. I think we need to watch that again because that was a brilliant save from before it all starts kicking off. That was a brilliant save from Dan. Let's watch that in car. So he comes in, gets the brake in, gets ready, then all of a sudden, whoa! Gets a big nudge from Jimmy. So we'll watch that from Jimmy's perspective. That was a bit of a late brake. Oh, just square punches him up the back. And then what happens then? He gives him a little tap as well. And whilst that's all shaking out, Mike and Dan having a bit of a competition as well. So it's all kicking off again as we go into the. Let's get out of that camera as we go into turn 3, and then side by side. So we've got Mike and Dan. And Harry, oh, Dan's gone massively drifting into the turn 3. Managed to collect it. Oh, we've got spinner. Who was that? So it looks like Alex has dropped it, unfortunately. Let's watch what he was in the lead too. So just goes in a little bit high into turn 3. Turn 4, sorry. And then just drops it on the gravel. Sees a scary vision of everyone coming, but does the right thing almost. And he goes across the track. So unlucky for Alex. So Daz now into the lead. Then we've got Jimmy with Harry right behind him. They go into the corkscrew for the first time. They drop down. So then we've got Mike who's up to 4th. Chris is in 5th. Jamie's up to 6th. Dan's down to 7th. Got Matt is up to 8th. Chris Lewis up to 9th, then we got Alex down at the back. So, end of lap 1. As per usual, eventful first lap. So we've got Harry and Jimmy though, we've got a battle here, and then we've got a battle for 4th as well. So let's go on board with. Here we go. So Jimmy's going to have a go at Harry. These two were teammates in the last season. He's going to have a go. Oh, give him a little bit of a nudge, but I don't think it was that. But Jimmy, I think he needs to brake a little bit earlier for this first corner. Gets a little bit sideways. It's so close between this guy on the back, so we're looking now a bit from behind. It's the roof cam of Harry's car. And we got a battle going on behind, so there's a bit of a gap. He's pulled away a bit of a gap there, so we go to 4th. Oh, Mike and so Mike had a little bit of a tank slapper there. Just lost a little bit of momentum, and he's let Chris Pengelly through. So Mike's down to 5th. We got Jam then in 6th, being followed by some Matt's up to 7th. Dan 8th, Chris Lewis 9th, the winner of the first race, and then Alex in 10th. So Daz still leading, doing a nice job out front. He's got Harry in 2nd, trying to chase him down. Everyone gets purple, so we ignore that as usual. So Harry and he's always got a bit wide in the Lexus. That's going to give Jimmy in the he's in the Hyundai bit of a chance, but he's also gone a bit wide. So here's Chris Pengelly and his Renault. Chasing him down. Oh, I think I was getting the Monster Munch was getting a bit wild there. Cracking livery from Jimmy there. So as we go into the first corner, start off lap 3. Jimmy's very late on the brakes into that first corner. He takes a chunk of time out of the guys he's following. There's the Renault going through. So Mike and Jam having a bit of a battle here by the looks of it. Stay with these two for a little bit. I'm trying to look at the best camera view here. That's a better one. So as we go into turn 3, all of these corners are tricky. You can go off any of these corners. And we've got Mike and Matt having a battle now. So Matt wants to get on with it. Oh, Mike's gone a bit wide. So yeah, Mike just locks the brake going into the corner, and Matt shoots through. So Matt up to 6th now. Mike's in 7th. I don't think we've got too much going on, so let's go up front. So we got a battle here for second. They come down the hill. Harry's still holding second, but then we got Jimmy and Chris very close. Is Chris gonna make a move into the last hairpin? Let's have a watch. So they come into the hairpin. Looks like Harry's got a bit wide there, so I think Harry's lost some momentum there, so he could find himself under attack. As we go down the hill, it looks like we are. Jimmy's gonna have a move, I think. Making a move down the inside. We've got Chris sitting there waiting for any mistakes from the guys in front. Is he going to try and undercut? No, there's no room there. But Jimmy takes a bit of the curb coming out. I think Chris is through. Yeah, that's all Chris needed. Jimmy took a little bit too much of the apex curve, and Chris doesn't need any second helpings of invite there, and he was through. We've got Jam now in 5th. Doing a good job there. I think he's that Mustang is pretty pokey down the straights, and whilst the Nissan's pretty good as well, I don't think Matt is able to do much. Let's have a look what it looks like behind. Watching Matt go up the hill right behind him. Keep an eye, see if anything going on between the first four. Doesn't look like it. Oh, Matt gets a lot closer. Gives Jam a little bit of a punt, and they both take a trip over the gravel. But there doesn't be any harm done there. So Matt's getting a little bit impatient. He probably knows that he's one of his main rivals, Chris Pengelly, is getting away up front. So he's been Mike's is keeping Chris Lewis away from him, but he's not getting out. He's probably thinking Chris is getting away a bit here up the road. So let's have a look. So we go up the front. So Daz is still doing a good job up in the lead. We've got Harry in second. He's got the Renault now right behind him. This is where strategy starts to play. Have a quick look what tyres on. So Daz is on the softs, just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So Harry's also on the softs, but he's starting to lose his fuel, and it looks like Chris is going to make a move around the outside. That's a tricky place to pass, but he does it. What a great move that was. Didn't think that was going to stick, but it looks like Harry's fighting back as they go up the hill. Is he going to get that place back as they go into the right-hander? Yeah, great battle with these two there. That's a really nice piece of racing there by these two. So Chris and they got the job done, and Harry gets him back as they go up the hill into the corkscrew. So lovely bit of racing. And then all the while they're not being dropped by Daz, so even though they're battling, they're actually catching Daz up. So Daz is... but Harry's using his fuel up. Chris is not looking so good, so actually Daz at this pace is actually managing to save a bit of fuel. His tyres are looking pretty good. There's a bit of a something quick. So we got a bit of a chain now behind, bit of a train behind Jam. He's holding people up, but we will go to see what's going on at the front. Daz takes them over to lap 6. I don't think anything's going on. Chris is looking really close behind Harry. Let's see what's going on for 4th and 5th. So Jimmy's being reeled in by this posse of cars. Then we got Mike and Chris Lewis. So interesting. Chris Lewis is on mediums, so he's probably going to go try and go long. Mike's on mediums as well, and their fuel's pretty similar. Matt's on softs. He's actually got more fuel though, so this has pretty good on his fuel. So is Matt going to have a look now? Jam's starting to defend as they go into the left-hander. Jam's gone a little bit deep. I think he's okay. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide. That's all Matt needed. I think Matt's going to get... yeah, so Matt goes up into 5th. Been stuck behind that Mustang for a while. The grunt Mustang doing a good job, but Jam's now just dropped down to 6th, and then he's got Mike starting to looking quite interested. They go into the corkscrew. They drop down the hill. They come, and Jimmy's lost a place as well. So let's have a look, see what happened there. Jimmy was in 4th. I think he must have made a mistake at the corkscrew, which is not no shame in that, because that is a tricky corner. Yeah, it just goes a little bit wide, and that just flies on by. So can Jam take advantage now of the fact Jimmy's got to shake the gravel off his tyres? So these 4, so we got 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th really close. There's Jam, he's down to 6th. He's got Mike right behind him, and then we've got Chris Lewis taking advantage of Mike being held up by the Mustang. Spears it down the inside, so great move there by Chris Lewis. But let's have a look, Mike, I think it's going to come back. Watching in car as they go into the first corner. Is he going to make a move? Yes, he does. Great move. Is Chris going to make a move back? I don't think he is. So look, yeah, so there's Chris right behind us now. So good move there by him. We've got a yellow flag. What's that for? Who has gone off? Let's have a look. Oh, it's Daz. Daz. Let's have a rewatch of that. As painful as it's going to be. It was in the lead, led so well for 6 laps. Yeah, I think he's going to take a chunk of that sausage curve. Yeah, just lose the back end. Well, we won't linger on that. So Matt's looks like he's going to get into 3rd. So Matt's up to 3rd. Screen, that's a great camera angle. Matt up to 3rd. Jimmy now up to 4th. Jam's back into 5th. He's right behind Jimmy. So he's going to make a move up the hill. Here they come. And then we've got Mike and Chris. So Mike and Chris Lewis having a great fight here. So Chris is on the medium, so he's not really finding the grip yet. Mike's gone a bit wide. Oh, he's testing out a 4-wheel drive. Jimmy went as well. So Chris Lewis has gone straight up to, jammed up to 4th, and Chris is up to 5th. So those two go, yeah, this is good. You two just keep playing with your buckets and spades, and we'll keep getting some places. So Mike down to 7th, Daz down to 8th after his corner 2 spin. 9th is Dan, just take it steady Dan, and you'll get places the way these guys are going, and you'll snooze it in 10th. So, 7 laps down. Harry's just done his quickest, 22.4. He's got Chris right behind him now. Chris chose the Renault because it's one of the harder cars to drive. He chooses tyres and it's quite flighty. So if we look at Chris, he's catching Harry. Harry's gone a bit wide, has he? Oh, Harry's spun! Another one to fall foul of the gravel that's on the outside of virtually all these corners. So Matt's now up to 2nd. Matt's just done his best 22.2, his fastest, which is actually quicker than Chris Pengelly's, but Chris was beating traffic. But if you look at the fastest, Chris Pengelly has the quickest lap of 21.9. Matt's the 22.2, 22.3, so he's not actually that far behind him. But what's the strategy? Chris is on just under half a tank, Matt's on half, and Chris's tyres are not looking so good. So Matt actually isn't looking too bad at the moment. He's got more fuel and his tyres are in better shape. There's Jam. Jam's now up to 3rd. Doing a great job on his debut in the DTCC. Anyone's watching, welcome to add comments in. Jam's doing a great job there. So Harry's in 4th, and then Chris Lewis in 5th. So and we've got a battle going on now as we come down the hill. So Jimmy's he's in 6th with Mike right behind him. They come down the hill. Is Mike going to try and send one? I think he's a bit too far behind, but that doesn't stop Mike. Oh, it locks up a little bit as he goes in. And that's going to allow Daz to maybe have a cut back. Let's have a watch. They come out of the first turn. Double hairpin. Double hairpin, does that make it a circle? Oh, Jimmy's gone a little bit wide, so I think Daz is going to get down the inside. Yes, he does. Daz is up to 7th. Starting the recovery drive after the mishap of a lap or so before. Jimmy down to 8th now. Daz looks like he's gone a little bit wide though. This is where you've got to be careful. The tyres start. You see that, yeah, Jimmy's tyres are really starting to go now. Will they do a 1 or 2 stop? That's the interesting question. So let's see, they're getting the realms now, but if they're going to come in, a 2 stop is about the right time now, so looks like Chris is going to do a 1 stop. The pit stop here is very long, that's the one downside. It takes a long time to do a stop here. So probably the quickest route is a 1 stop. So Jam is the R, so Harry's in though. Harry's in, so Harry is going to do probably a pretty short stint here and do a 2 stop. So Daz is going to move up into 6th. He's not too far behind Mike. Mike, as usual, is doing a good job with his tyres. He's on the mediums, so he's most definitely doing a one stop. BMW's not looking too bad as well, so he's probably doing a one stop. Dan's tyres are not looking great, but he hasn't come in, so he's doing a one stop as well. So Jimmy and Harry are both in. Off Harry goes. Interesting. So Harry's gone to the mediums and he's topped up, so he's going all the way, I think. What about Jimmy? Jimmy was on the softs. Alright, he's probably topping up as well, but you see how long it takes. It takes an age to get in and out of the pits here. So he's gone for... Let's double check where he came in on. Right, so he was on softs. Okay, so he's gone from softs. He's on to the super, super softs. Softs to super softs. So that's interesting. He's topped up as well. So he's topped up, but he's put the super softs on. Can he make those last? That's an interesting play. Up front, Chris is on the softs. Tyres looking a bit worn now. That rear one's. And look, so Matt has come out just in front. Oh, actually, no, that was Alex being lapped. So Matt's still going in second, just lapping Alex. These tyres are looking better than the Renaults. Quite a lot better, actually. Matt did a 22.8, Chris did a 23.5. So, yeah, you can see Matt is catching Chris. This is going to be interesting now. Matt is catching Chris, takes a bit of curb there. You don't be doing that too often. The last couple of laps he's been quicker. Dan's in as well. Let's have a look at Dan. His Heineken livered Beetle, looking good. So he was on the softs. Will he get jumped by Jimmy? Jimmy on the supers, so this is going to be interesting whether Jimmy can make those last or not, or whether he's going to do a splash and dash towards the end. So let's see, so Dan is rolling, let's see if Dan will get out. It's going to be tight between them. Here he comes, it's really tight towards Jimmy, so Jimmy's just come out behind him, but Dan's got to warm those tyres up. I think we're going to see Dan and Jimmy pretty close. These two always end up sharing the same piece of tarmac. I don't know how they do it, but they always end up in the same place. So Jimmy, he's got warmer tyres, he's right behind now. The going car, he's going to make a move up the hill. This is a brave place to pass. Decides better of it. He's got the stickier tyres, so Daz is in as well in the Beamer. Let's just stay on board for a bit with Jimmy. So Dan's trying to warm his tyres. Oh, he's good. I thought he was going to make a cheeky move down the inside there. That'll be an audacious place to pass. Sun's setting now, makes the braking into this corner a bit tricky. Yeah, so looks like now Dan's got his tyres warmed up. He's pulled away a bit, so. Oh, you don't want to be doing that though. That's not great out there. So he's on the soft. Jimmy's on the super soft. Jimmy goes through. So Chris Mengele is in. So get rid of those pretty heavily worn softs. And Matt Psycho is as well. So Matt's in two. Let's have a look. So Chris has got less fuel, so he's going to have to spend longer topping up. Tyres are, yeah, Matt's tyres are definitely better shape. And Jam's in as well. So the three leaders all in. Jam's fuel is pretty much gone, so he might have to do a bit of fuel saving to get that to the end. So let's focus on, here's Chris in first. This is going to be tight, I think, for the lead. Oh, alright, that was quick. What's Chris? So Chris is two stopping, and Matt's two stopping. So Chris has put a little bit more fuel in, and they're both going on the super softs. What's Jam going to do? Jam looks like he's probably topping up. Yeah, so we'll see what Jam's got. Oh, can he get? I think he probably can get to the end there. Interesting. So he's got super softs as well. So We've now got Chris Lewis in the lead on his mediums. Hasn't stopped. Doing his usual. Fuel saving and tyre saving. Doing a grand job as he always does. He's doing consistent 24s. Look at that for consistency. 24.2, 24.5, 24.5, 24.6. Oh, who's that going off? Was that Mike? Was that going off? Not sure. Oh, unfortunately it was Alex again. So, Chris Lewis is still going. Mike's in now. Mike's going to get rid of those mediums, and I guess he's probably going on the softs or super softs. Chris Lewis is now taking the lead, and he's a good chunk ahead of Chris Pengelly. So Chris is taking on a bit less fuel than Matt. So I'd expect... Oh, they're pretty similar actually. No, in fact Matt's got a bit less. So they're both on the super softs, both similar fuel strategies. I'm not sure that's going to get them to the end. So what's Mike going to do? Wiping his brow with some nice soft quilted shell. And away he comes. Let's see what he's done. So he's on the softs. So Alex is in, coming out as well. And there's Dan. So let's have a look up front. Interesting strategies being played out here. Chris Lewis, I think he's most definitely going for a one stop, and he's going to have to come in. Here he comes. He's played a blind on his mediums. I imagine he's now going to short fill it and put some supers on. So Chris is just coming around the last corner. Did a 23.9 on his out lap. Matt did a 24.2. So again, sort of seems to be about 2 or 3 tenths between these two, so it's pretty close. It's going to come down to tyre wear and fuel. I think these guys are quite clear. So Matt's just done a 21.5 and Chris has done a 20.8, so nearly, what's that, 7.5 tenths, so 3/4 of a second between them. So Chris is flying, but will that kill his tyres? You can already see a slight difference in the tyres. They came in at the same time, yeah, Chris is already starting to use his tyres. So interestingly, let's have a look. So here comes Chris. So Chris Cross has come out in 5th. He's got Daz right behind him. Daz is pumping the laps in as well. Did a 22.8, so that's competitive. Compare that against Matt, who actually did a 21.6, but he's on a lot fresher tyres and probably less fuel. So if we look at that, so we got a battle going in for 4th place here. So there's like Jam and Harry having a battle here. So 3rd place, so Jam has just taken Harry. So rewind that looked a cracker. So Jam's got a better run coming out of that corner into the turn 4 now. Good move, clean up the inside. Lovely move there from Jam. Can Harry retaliate? So it looked a bit spaced out there, and now we've got 4-car battle for 3rd. 14 laps down. This all comes down to tyres, I think. You can keep on. So Jam's just stopped. His tyres looking pretty good. Harry's on the mediums. I think Harry stopped quite early, didn't he? Yeah, he stopped at about lap 9, lap 10. So he's going to try long on those mediums. So that means Jam's got a pretty decent pace advantage. And here comes Victor from race 1. In his Supra, but looks like Harry's giving Jam a good run for his money. Is he can try around the outside of the last corner? So even though he's on mediums, he's really pushing. But there we go. Chris Lewis is going to have a go. Let's go in car with Chris. Oh, we went too fast. Oh, I misshifted a little bit. It looks like that cost him. Is he going to go down the inside of Harry? Oh, Harry's gone a bit wide. He's got him. Looking at that from the rear now. Is Harry going to come back at him? Harry's doing a good job in that medium shot Lexus. And Chris isn't hanging around. So he's got Jam in front of us. Come outside. So these guys are on a cracking battle. looks like Daz is starting to get interested in, see what Daz's viewpoint looks like. He's starting to get interested in that 5th of Harry's. We go, look at this, so we're looking out from the roof now of, from Chris. Jam gets a little bit squirrely as they go in. Let's have a look from the back. We cascade down the hill, you can see the 5 cars battling for 3rd. Cracking races. Is Chris going to have a look? No, I don't think he'll get through there. He tries to get it inside, that's not going to work either. It looks like he's going to try and make a move down the outside as we go into the last turn. Jam covers the inside nicely. And Chris is going to cut back and get a move down the inside. Let's go on board with, on the Supra. There we go. And Mustang is so strong though. Looking back, nothing going behind us. Is he going to make a move down the inside? Jam leaves the door open a little bit. Oh, covers the inside. Beautiful racing from these guys. This is looking as good on the stream as it is commentate on. This is fantastic racing. So let's go back a bit. Let's have a look at what's going on here. We've got a battle here. This is Harry looking back at Daz and Mike. So proper 5-way scrap for 3rd. I don't want to call this at all. Any of these guys could win, get the last step of the podium. If we have a look at what's going on up front, Chris is pulling away, so he's doing 21.7. Matt's done 22.2. But if we look at the tyres, Chris is wearing them, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's go back to the battle for 3rd. Oh, Jam, look, it's a little bit sideways going into the corkscrew, but I think he's just covered enough. Is Chris Lewis going to try and go around the outside? No, and he's going to try and do the switchback. Here they go. Oh, I think he's going with Jam, has covered him. Is Chris going to go around the outside? Oh, Chris gets a bit wide, gets a bit squirrely. Oh, I think he's done it. Someone's died in the pits. I think that's Daz. Daz is two-stopping. Interesting. So that's Daz out of the equation of this battle. He's going to splash and dash. Right, so let's see. That Mustang has got some poke. Is he going to get close enough? Chris is defending the inside. Jam thinks about moving down the inside, but not quite. His tyres are looking good. Harry's doing a really good job on those mediums. They're probably worth at least a second a lap slower than the super softs, at least. This is a cracking drive by Harry. And Mike, oh, we've got a yellow. Who's that for? There's Matt and there's Chris. Don't know. Oh, so we got really good to Harry now. Maybe starting to struggle a little bit on those mediums, and Jam's gone out wide, comes back on, stays to the right as he should. Harry's gone a bit tight into the right-hander, and he's gone a little bit wide. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, Harry kept his boot in, I think, when he shouldn't have done. Let's just watch that again. Let's go back a little bit. So, Jam goes wide up front. Let's change the camera. There we go. He goes wide up front, sticks to the right though as he should. I think Harry just got a bit pinched going into the right-hander as they go up the hill, and then just lit the rears up on the gravel. And that was only one way that was going to go. So Mike though, he's looking for a good move now past Jam, trying to take advantage. They come down the hill. I think that's left. Yeah, so Chris Lewis has escaped now. So that battle, he's away. Jam now has got his hands full with Mike. We go 5 laps to go. See, this is where the strategy of that extra 5 minutes of the race length starts playing a factor. So we've got those extra laps, fuel to manage, and more important, extra laps of tyres. So it doesn't make even though it's still a long pit stop, the one stop isn't a slam dunk around here. Right, see what's going up front. So it's Chris Pengelly still doing 22s, high 21s, low 22s. Matt's still keeping the pace up, so he's from his fastest of 21.6. He's done 21.2, 22 1s and 2s, and then 21.7. He's actually getting a bit quicker. He's actually starting to. Last lap was certainly quicker. That's the first lap though. We'll keep an eye on this. It's the first lap that he's been quicker. If we look at the tyres, you can see why. Nissan's keeping its tyres in better shape than the Renault. See what Louis gets here. See, there's a 22.2. Yeah, Chris is still going a little bit quicker. So Matt's keeping an eye on this in this one, but I think as long as Chris doesn't make mistakes. I think he's got him. Chris Lewis now in a pretty solid third. Mike's got jam. Let's have a look, see what happened there. So again, over the top we go into the corkscrew. Mike has always lay on the brakes there, but jam goes across the gravel. I think that just slowed him down enough for Mike. No, Mike still had to do it. And he does it around the outside. A great move there around the outside. So whilst Jam was a bit compromised and a bit of gravel on his tyres, that was still a good move from Mike. So his tyres are looking pretty good. Jam's on the supers, which are a bit quicker, but he's probably marginal around here. His tyres aren't looking so good. So it's Harry trying to make those mediums last. Daz is on the super soft with not much fuel, and they're brand new, so he should fly. I don't think he's close enough really to. Let's have a look back here. So we've got a bit of a battle. So we've got a battle here for 8th and 9th. Oh, Jimmy lighting the rears up. Actually, we got. No, actually, no, he must be lapping. Yeah, he's just been lapped by the leader. My apologies. So we got Alex in 10th and then Dan in 9th. Let's have a look, see what's going up front. So Chris in the Renault just lapped Jimmy. Let's see what he's doing next lap. He's done a 23.0, bit of traffic maybe. Matt has done a 21.9. So Matt's still pumping the high 21s out, whilst Chris is now into the 23s. Mind you, that was 21.9 and then 23 dead, so that might just be traffic. But we'll keep an eye on this. And there's a bit of a gap now, so Matt's pretty safe in second, sorry. So Mike and Jam, keep an eye on these two. Then we've got Harry in a bit of a distance, 6th now. Daz in a bit of a distance, 7th. Jimmy in a bit of distance, 8th. He's not that far behind. Yeah, he's got a long way behind Daz. And Dan in 9th and Alex in 10th. So let's go on board then and watch as we come through to lap 22. That's got excited then. That's actually Jimmy, I think, behind. Oh, what's that gone on there? That's Jimmy. And we got someone stationary. That looks like Alex. Right, so let's take a lap round with 2 laps to go with Chris, braking at about the 300 metre board. Chris hugs the 2 apexes. Some drivers are different. I know Matt likes to go a bit wider into the first one. Matt's definitely homing in on us. You see in the distance. So turns 2 and 3 very tricky. Make sure you try and clip that apex there so you get the power nice and quickly. But don't run too wide as you come out. And then into this very tricky uphill turn 4. We're just going to go back and see the battle for 4th. Let's see what's going on. I think Jam is still in touch with Mike. Yeah, he's still in touch. Not over yet. And we have a look at Chris now through the corkscrew. This is the tricky one, so you can't even see the apex in the corner. You dive over the top. Miss the first part of this corner, then clip the second into the sunset. Brake remarkable, get it in, get on the power nice and early, then brake just after the 3, tight first, second gear corner, and then back on the power. Don't get back on too early. And away we go for another lap. Right into the last lap we go. Chris has now done 23.3. Matt has done a 22.8. So Matt is still homing in. His tyre's starting to go a bit as well, but you look at the difference. I think Chris has got too much. Yeah, it's going to be close. We go on board with Matt. You can see Chris in front of us. You've got Jimmy in the between us, but you can see him. He's probably thinking, oh, another couple of laps. Chris makes a mistake though. Yeah, he needs to go off a little bit. Matt's close enough in range. Getting close, but I don't think he's going to have enough. So those two are quite a long way in front, but we've still got this scrap for 4th. Jam's not letting Mike go. Mike's tyres starting to go a bit. Jams are looking worse. Looks like Jam's actually overfueled a bit. Oh, he's getting close though. I think this is the battle. I don't think there's much going on with the leaders. Let's just check. Chris is in the corkscrew. We'll keep an eye. Matt's just coming down. So can Mike hang on to fourth? Oh, he's gone a bit wide. Is that going to give Jam the chance he needs? I don't think so. Just going to switch back then. So Chris is going around the last corner. Mike goes up the hill for the last time. So Chris comes across the line. A brilliant win for Chris. He'll be pleased with that after fourth in the first race. Matt comes across second in his livery winning. So he's got the bonus points for his Lucasade livery. Here comes Chris. He's not there yet though, so it's far. So Mike's going through the course. Chris will be so close between these two. We'll stay with these two. Chris is going to cross the line a little bit, but Mike's got to hang on. Can he do it? Is Jam going to steal that fourth place right at the end? I don't think so. He's probably not close enough as Chris comes across a really good third. So final step of the podium for Chris. Good night for him, winning the first race and then third and second. So Mike coming across. He's just fended off Jam. Jam, that's a good result for him though. A third and a fifth. Good start to his DTCC career. Harry tried to do something a bit different with his mediums. I'm not even sure he's going to make the end on that fuel. That is running on vapour. So he comes across, sixth place for him. Well done, sir. Daz about to finish. Oh, let's pause it. Oh, I just caught that. I think because Jimmy. Yeah, wow, that's close. Just about to do that. Right, so a great first couple of races for our round one. We'll go to the results. So Chris Pengelly continuing his domination of the feature race. A good win. Didn't have it all his own way this time. Got the fastest lap of a 20.8, but that Renault does quick out the box, but then choose its tyres. So Matt kept him honest, finishing only 3 seconds behind. This could be the theme of the year, I think. Chris escapes and then Matt tries to bring him back as the tyres degrade. So good second then for Matt, so 2 seconds. Chris Lewis, a good evening's work for him as well. A first and a third, so good third. Finished quite a way off the guys in front, but he'll still be pleased with that. And then we've got Mike. He's 10 seconds down on Chris Lewis. So a good fourth there for Mike and just ahead of Jam. So good debut for Jam in the Mustang. Finishing 0.4 of a second behind Mike in fifth. So be pleased with that. And Harry tried something different. Tried a long second stint on the mediums. He comes away with sixth. Darren seventh. After leading really well for the first few laps and then just dropped it and couldn't quite recover. Then Jimmy 8th, Dan in 9th, and then Alex finishing 10th. And as I said, your fastest lap there was Chris Pengelly. So great first race. That means it's really tight in the championship. So we've got, I'll check the championship tables. So Chris Pengelly scored 47 points, so he's first, and then Matt Sykes 45 and Chris Lewis 44. So the top three really close. Then we got Mike, who's got 34s drawing with Harry, 34 apiece. Then we have fourth was James. So Jam on 35 points, and then Mike and Harry on 34. So really close there between fourth, fifth, and sixth. Then a little bit of a gap. We've got Jimmy and Darren on 25 points apiece, Dan on 22 and Alex on 18. So cracking first race. And then on the team event, which I forgot to mention, so the teams have been basically paired up with fastest, the championship winner from season 4 paired up with last, second paired up with second to last, etc. So we got Chris Pengelly and Dan paired up with pairing together, Matt and Jimmy together, Mike and Harry, Chris, Lewis and Alex, and Daz and Jam. So in that we've got Matt and Jimmy on 70, Chris P and Dan on 69, Mike and Harry on 68. So really close for the teams in the first three, and then Chris, Lewis and Alex on 62 and Jam and Daz on 60. So really good start. Hope you enjoyed that. That was round 1. Round 2 will be coming from Brands Hatch GP. was a scene of some frenetic and entertaining races. So that will be coming to our YouTube channel very soon. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you for round 2 very soon.